Hi there, everyone. It's Tony Paladin, Head of Strategic Partnerships at Paladin Brooks Global Sports and Entertainment. Today, I'm absolutely privileged to be joined by Kirsten Rudgeley, who is the winner of the opening event of the 2026 Blitz Golf Australia Series, held yesterday in Perth, which is a mixed field, no handicap tournament. Welcome, Kirsten. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, it was amazing, obviously, to compete and take away the title.
I bet you're super chuffed. So yeah, I'm keen to find out more. I think this was already, I was absolutely elated to see the news yesterday. So yeah, basically, could you give me a bit of background on your journey in golf and where you are in your career right now? I mean, this is 2 wins in Perth back to back, 2025 and 26. So it's obviously a big thing and you're doing something right.
No, well, I've been on the European Tour, Ladies European Tour, for 3 years now. Just going into my 4th year. Dad got me into golf when I was young. My brother played too, and kind of just fell in love with it. And yeah, just ever since then, just hopefully each year is getting better and better. Obviously, starting 2026 with a win is always also a bonus. And yeah, just being able to compete in the Blitz, it's such a cool event. It's amazing, really. Bringing in the crowds and all that sort of stuff. It's not your typical event, which is awesome.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, off the back of that, Blitz Golf is a mixed field with no handicap. So we're walking in on level playing fields, women against men. Did anything stand out to you about competing and especially winning in that format? I mean, if I look at the 24 players, there were 2 women and 22 men, and you won. Like, did anything stand out or special about that?
No, not really. I enjoy playing against the guys, to be fair. I get on really well with them, and it kind of just eggs me on a little bit more, which is nice. And it's nice to play against them too, because they hit the ball obviously really, really well. So, you just gotta stay level headed and just use my advantage in certain areas, like short game, for example. And just patience. I feel like I've learnt that through being on tour for the last 3 years. So that kind of it must have helped me out, because I obviously took away the win. So no, it was really enjoyable, and all the guys I played with were awesome.
Awesome, man. Well, patience is a lost virtue of many an athlete. So well done for acquiring it. It's only later on in my athletic career that I really learned to be patient and just knowing that if I stuck to a game, outcomes will be outcomes. The elephant in the room, you beat Brett Rumford, who is a 6-time European Tour winner. So when did that actually really register for you, and what does that result mean? And what was the conversation with Brett like afterwards?
You know what? I actually loved it. Like, we actually ended up going into a chip off between, I think there was 6 of us maybe. And it just felt like we were at a home golf club, just having a chipping comp, to be honest. Me and Rummy, he's coached me for short game for quite a while now, and he's awesome to me. Like we have our own little banter, and he gives me shit, I give him shit. So it's really good. And in that sort of format, where it's like the fun environment, it was amazing.
Oh, that's super cool, man. Yeah, I would absolutely have loved to be a fly on the wall in some of that banter. Not sure if it's appropriate for the public audience or not, so I think we'll keep it there.
Nah, he's obviously he's been around the block too, so he's won, like you said, 6 times. He's definitely a good player, and it's good to learn from the best, I guess.
So just in terms of Blitz, as a general atmosphere, I mean, you said it's a super fun event, fun crowds. Like, what is different? Like, from an athlete's perspective, playing, what is different to a traditional tournament? So, like in terms of energy, vibe, like what makes it unique?
Yeah, definitely. Like, even when you rock up there, you've got people that are not even interested in golf. They see it advertised as a big festival of golf, I'm going to call it. You know, you got the Red Bull truck there this year with the DJ in there, blasting music, and you know, you play the 6-hole format. It's not very often you're playing 6 holes on a golf tournament, you know. So and it's knockout stages, so literally every single golf hole counts, because you haven't really got much leeway between making a double bogey and making a birdie. So you've literally got to play your best golf for 6 holes, otherwise see you later. So no, it's pretty cool. And what the guys have done, Simon, all that sort of stuff. It's definitely one step better than it was last year already. So I don't know what next year will bring, but and I believe they're going across to Europe as well. So I mean, they can definitely turn it into a worldwide sort of situation. So I'd love to see that, and they're doing a great job with it.
Well, I mean, the interest's already booming. I mean, I thought the footage from 2024 was pretty good, and then I saw 2025, and that was a step up. I'm itching to see what 2026 looks like, because that footage is going to drop pretty soon, in a matter of time until we get this broadcast live. So we obviously very keen to take this globally. I mean, I actually had a call with Simon this morning. Simon's about 8 hours ahead of me, so Simon always calls me at around my 6:30 in the morning when I'm trying to wake up or exercise. And this morning he was very excited. But yeah, so I think for him yesterday also just the energy that the Blitz team conveyed is that this is a step up. This is obviously the first event of 4 in the Aussie series, and already he's, you know, I could just feel the elation in his voice. We obviously bring this globally. We're looking at the UK in June, and then the World Final in December, and then from there, Europe. There's been a lot of interest from the US as well. So this is really developing very, very quickly, and I think the speed at which it's stepping up is really, really cool. And I think what really stands out of everybody that I've spoken to that's been involved with Blitz so far is you don't need to be a golf fundy to necessarily watch or enjoy it. Something stood out. I spoke to a colleague of mine, and he said his son, who's 18, he'd like take his son to traditional golfing events, and he's like, kid was just standing there like on his iPhone, just like waiting for it to be over. And he looked at something like Blitz, and he was like, my kid would actually be interested in this. My 18-year-old would actually sit and watch, because it's a short, you know, such a short format. And I guess from both an audience and a participation perspective, I mean, it must be like a dopamine, adrenaline high. When your margins are that tight, you hit.
I mean, like, it's amazing. Like the last hole, there's people the whole way around the green. You know, it's so good. And like you said, it brings in everybody really. You know, families, all that sort of stuff. Because, like you said, it's such a short intervals of like golf. It's not standing around being boring. Everyone's got to be quiet. You know, make as much noise as you want, and I think that's where golf's going, which is awesome.
Yeah, well, that is. And I think that's a point that stands out. I think golf historically has been very, very quiet, controlled, very prim and proper. But this is louder, bolder, faster, which is Blitz's motto. So So yeah, also, I mean, you can feel the energy. I mean, I'm 10,000 kilometers or more away from Australia at the moment, and the energy is resounding over social media, and the actual footage hasn't even been released yet. So I'm looking really forward to that. So Kirsten, just something that I'd like to run past you is a message to young female athletes. What would you say to any young female athletes watching this and who want to compete on an equal footing, and not to be sort of separated and protected? And I'm talking maybe not only in golf, but in sport in general. I mean, the way women's sport has developed over the last few years has been astronomical, and being in the world of sports consulting, I think there's going to be some mega shifts in 2026. We work with a number of different sports, and just the rapid evolution of bringing women into sport is huge. On our previous podcast, Hannah actually had quite a bit to say about women in motorsport. But yeah, I mean, what would you want to say to a young female athlete watching in terms of, do they want to compete head to head, or being in a separate category? I mean, it's a very hotly debated topic, so I'd be curious to get your thoughts on it.
I mean, you've got your junior levels, your amateur levels, and then obviously you got your professional levels. But as a junior, as your amateur still, I think you've got to go out there and enjoy it. There's no point be practicing, doing what you're doing if you're not enjoying it. That's what I found when I was younger. Things like, just chipping around the green and stuff, you've got to make games out of it. There's no point standing in the same spot for the first 2 hours. You're going to get bored of it. So you got to make it as fun as possible. And then when you get out on the golf course, again, same thing, go out with your mates, enjoy it, play for, I don't know, a coffee, for an example, that sort of stuff. And then also when you get to the higher level, like your professional stage, you gotta work hard for it. If you're not working hard for it, the people that are going to overtake you. So, I mean, yeah, like you said, female golf is getting out there now. So, especially in golf, the girls are just getting so good. You've got to be on your game each week, otherwise you're going to be slacking. That's for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Kirsten, I just wanted to say thanks very much. I mean, it's been actually a pleasure to speak to you. I know you've got a super busy schedule, and just really to say we're backing you, and I really wanted to congratulate you personally on an absolutely outright win. I think you just went down there, put the hammer down, you did your job, and it was like, I think a lot of people sat back and went, okay, cool, well, this is something special.
Yeah, so for sure. I mean, I know it was a fun event, but you always want to win.
Obviously.
So.
I mean, playing's cool, it's great, but winning is just so nice. Like, just so nice.
Hello.
I phoned to tell you to not stop your recording, and my call stopped your recording for you. So I'm going to kill the call. It's going to resume your recording. Just leave it running until we reconnect. It's probably gone down. I think mine's back up now. Okay. All right. Cheers. Okay, you're back.
Are you there?
So I'm there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
That is a really good blooper moment, actually. I'm putting that bit in with me phoning you, because it's like